An old rivalry is renewed on this opening Friday night of West Virginia high school football. Joe Sawyer's Field is the setting as the visiting Ripley Vikings face off with the home-standing Indians. The two schools first got together in 1935 on the football field, and in games played since 1971, the programs have battled for the Lions Club trophy. It's the Vikings and the Ville ready to meet up in the season lid lifter of 2026, and we've got it for you next in our latest GoMart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University. We welcome you inside historic Joe Sawyer's Field on the campus of Sissonville High School, where tonight we bring you our second installment of the GoMart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University, opening Friday night of the high school football season in the great state of West Virginia. And on this final Friday in the month of August, two old rivals get together as Sissonville entertains the Vikings from Ripley. And greetings from Sissonville High School, along with Coach Todd Chevalier, Bailey Tucker on the sidelines under great crew of Mark Martin. Delighted to have you with us, Todd. Great to be with you, my friend.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
High school football season has arrived. I know this brings back a lot of memories for you. You once were the head coach here for the Indians and also worked as an assistant. So a lot of nice memories for you here on opening night.
It definitely is. First time I've been back on campus of Sissonville since about 2009. The facilities look a lot different than it was back then. We were playing on a cow pasture, but now they've got turf, new bleachers, new lights. Everything's looking very nice here at Sissonville.
All right, no rivalry here tonight. These teams getting set to meet for the 67th time. A lot of jitters in the air, but when you face off with a rival, you got to get rid of those kind of quickly, don't you?
You got to put them in your back pocket real quick here, and I'm sure both sides will do that. They'll kick it off, and once the ball is in the air, the whistle blows, and those jitters go away.
All right, some outstanding players in the game. Two good quarterbacks. We'll start out our players to watch, and we begin with the Vikings of Ripley. Jackson Moore getting set to start his second season for Ryan Simon's crew. Last year, as a junior, Moore threw for a little over 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, looking for a huge senior season and wants to get it going here tonight. Flip it over, and the QB for the Sissonville Indians, year number 4, Maddox Baylog, under center. He showed his toughness in back-to-back 0-10 seasons. Stayed the course last year, guided the Indians to a break-even 5-5 season, throwing for 2,331 yards, 28 touchdowns, looking to finish strong in 2026 for the Red and Black. So two outstanding quarterbacks who we look forward to watching here tonight. Well, winter workouts have come and gone. Flex days, 7-on-7s, August camps and scrimmages. Now time to tee it up and play for real. Sissonville and Ripley are about to square off for the 67th time, and not only our GoMart Champions of the Week trophy on the line, but also the historic Lions Club trophy. We can't wait to get it going. It's the Vikings and the Ville, Ripley and Sissonville, the kickoff. Coming your way next as we bring you the GoMart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University. Captains are about to meet at midfield, set for this game between the Ripley Vikings and the Sissonville Indians. Battle for the Lions Club trophy. Our referee tonight is Brian Pauley out of Charleston, 24 years in the business.
Shake hands, gentlemen.
Great crew
Shake
here
hands.
tonight.
We're going to wait a
Send it
second.
down to Brian Pauley for introductions and tonight's coin flip.
Just hang tight, fellas. Be good. All right, guys, listen up. I'm not going to sit here and to you all day during this coin toss. You guys know what to do out here. Practice good sportsmanship. That's the main thing, all right? Don't make us have to get involved. The fans will boo, hate us, and then we're going to be mad at you all. All right, so just play football, and may the best team win. Sissonville, you're the home team. We're going to call you black. Ripley, you're the visiting team. We'll call you white. You're my talker, right?
Yep.
So that's heads. That's tails. That's tails. That's heads. I want you to call it loud enough so he can hear. Call it before I flip it. I'm going to let it hit the ground. Call it right now.
Tails.
What'd he call?
Tails.
He called tails, right? And it is tails. So you won the toss.
We want the ball.
You want the ball? Which way you want to kick? You want to kick away from the board, probably? Go stand next to him. Ripley, you come stand next to me. Face one another. Ripley won the toss, and they will receive. Guys, shake hands one more time. Good luck and have fun.
All right, the Vikings are going to receive the opening kickoff here, Todd Chevalier, on just a very pleasant night for high school football. It's about 80 degrees right now, but it's going to move along here and just be an enjoyable evening to launch this 2026 season for the Sissonville Indians and the Ripley Vikings.
Oh, it is a beautiful evening, Mark. Got a great crowd here tonight. Ripley side, the visiting side, looks like it's pretty much full, and looking at the home side here, it's pretty full too. So we got a great crowd for a great football game to start the 26th season.
Is it hard to believe when you say the 2026 season?
It's very hard.
Now there is the crew for tonight: Brian Pauley, Tom Parrish, Joe Rector, Nick Young, John Hardy, Cody Blankenship. They were going to have John Blankenship here tonight as well. It's going to be a six-man crew here. We get set for our kickoff. Presented by Hope Gas. Hope Gas, we're proud to support students, families, and traditions through events like this. Hope Gas, serving West Virginia with pride for more than 125 years. Look at the trifecta. Last week we had Boyd County Gallia Academy, so we launched Kentucky and Ohio together, and now we are about set to go here with the opening kick. West Virginia high school football for the Vikings and the Sissonville Indians, and Jace McCoy for the Vikings fumbles the kickoff, picks it up, and McCoy, recovers nicely and gets it to the 27-yard line.
Heck of a return there, Mark. He caught the ball at about the 10, fumbled it, fell back to about the 8, and then turned around and got a pretty good return out of it. Looked like the ball's on about the 26?
Yeah, they will spot him at the 26-yard line, so that's where Ripley will operate under the direction of third-year head coach Ryan Simon, and Sissonville guided by second-year head man Mikey Hughes. Jackson Moore is the quarterback for the Vikings, and the Indians a bit eager.
That's those jitters we were referring to early on.
Colton Ross, a senior defensive end. There you see Brian Pauley. So an easy 5 for the Vikings. Put the football at the 31-yard line. Jackson Moore will hand it off, and a couple of yards there, and that will be it for Jordan Atkins, the junior, 5'7", 165. Atkins, very good JV player last year. As you look at that Viking offense, Peyton Keller will be there. Jace McCoy, Kyler Fisher, Parker Smith, all-state basketball player, very good tight end, and a really good line. Ian King, Gavin Harmon among those. Well, they'll snap it to Keller. Keller will keep it, and Peyton Keller has first down yardage and more. Peyton Keller will take it to the 44-yard line, Sissonville territory, And a first down for Ripley, or first downs in this opening quarter, presented by Bridge Valley Community and Technical College. Find your path. This kid is dynamite in so many ways.
Yeah, it looked like Sissonville didn't set the edge there, and he recognized that and turned it right upfield and got a great gain out of it.
33-yard pickup for Peyton Keller. His twin brother, Parker, on the team. He's a Swiss Army knife. He can do it all, but unfortunately broke his collarbone in a scrimmage against John Marshall, and they are without that young man here tonight. Now, timeout for the Vikings. Sissonville's defense up front. You got Sam Dyer, Charlie Swain, Bentley Ward, and Colton Ross. Blake Long, Philip Threadgill, Malachi Holtzman, and Landon Scott, the linebackers. Noah Evans helping to anchor that secondary along with Deacon Moore and Jackson Cook. Timeout has concluded. Vikings with a fresh set of downs. Smith in motion, the outstanding tight end, and taking around the far side there for Ripley. Get it into the hands of the running back, Ethan Goff. Took that Ethan Layton, forgive me. He and Jeremiah Goff will get plenty of carries here in the game tonight as well. Jackson Moore looking to throw for the first time this season. Got a man and intended for Keller. Coverage there by Noah Evans. Evans is a guy that Mikey Hughes says has just really just changed his body during the offseason. Threw for over 1,000 last year, whole season under his belt, Todd.
Yeah, Evans was maybe a step and a half away from getting the interception right there. The quarterback hung the ball up there in the air a little bit, and the safety just about broke on it and got him an interception.
Layton in the backfield. Layton gets the call, finds an opening, turning it to the near side, and Layton will be taken down by Evans at the 11-yard line, but it's another first down presented by Bridge Valley.
Got a flag on the play, Mark.
Yeah, so we'll check that. Give Bridge Valley their due anyway, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And it's going to be a motion penalty against the Vikings. 67th meeting. Ripley leads the series 34-26-5. Ripley's won 10 of the last 11, 4 in a row. A good look there at third-year head coach Ryan Simon, 1992 Ripley High grad. Led the Vikings to the playoffs in his first season. They lost to North Marion. Jackson Moore gets the snap. Moore sets up, has time, and Moore is in trouble, and Moore going to go down. Good pursuit by Colton Ross, the 6'2", 220-pound senior defensive end. Big defensive play for the Indians.
Big play. You know, started with the penalty on second down, and then they get a sack on third down, and instead of having the ball inside the 15, now they're out here on 4th and 14, and here we go. They're going for it.
Moore floats it into the hands of Jordan Atkins, and Atkins going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. Well, a penalty, a big sack, and the Sissonville Indians going to get the football for the first time here in 2026. And for a fourth straight year, Todd Chevalier, Maddox Baylog trots out as the Indians starting quarterback. What a story.
You don't see that very often here in the Valley these days. A quarterback, a player staying with the school for 4 years. I tip my hat off to him for that.
We saw him on FNR just take a beating when he was a freshman against Wayne. And taking a bit of a beating here, the Vikings pursue nicely and take him down on first down. Nick Wolf, the defensive end, will make the sack. Had plenty of company there. Ryan Simon says really impressed with the progress that Wolf has made. So it's a loss of 6. 2nd and 16. Out over the football for the Indians is Ian Harrison, sophomore center. Baylog for the gun. Ripley with that 4-man front. Baylog sets up. Going to roll, fire across his body, and a catch is made. Well, we're going to hear names like Jackson Cook, Noah Evans a lot here tonight. Jackson Cook with the nice catch there for Sissonville.
Yeah, Sissonville's offensive line, they're going to have to get their heads up. They're getting beat up front on the line of scrimmage. And Sissonville quarterback, Baylog, is having to scamper around back there and can't get his feet set.
3rd down and 7 here. 8:12 on a turning clock. Opening quarter. Battle of the Lions Club trophy. Baylog has to get rid of it quickly and throws the dart. And that will be a first down for Sissonville. Nice play by the Indians as Baylog fires the pass. And the catch is made by Blake Long. First down is presented by Bridge Valley Community and Technical College. Long is a 5'10", 180-pound sophomore. Fresh set of downs for the Indians. Baylog on the near side here. Throws it away. Now, Todd, the last time they played was 2 years ago, and Ripley won that game 56-25. So hang on to your hat. You want a lot of offense here tonight.
Well, you know, this is a game that probably should be played on both, should be on both of their schedules year in, year out. It's always a big crowd, always a physical game.
Long in motion, and here's a handoff, and straight up the middle with the big rip there is Philip Threadgill. Threadgill, the sophomore, gets his first call of the night. Just a kid that's really dedicated himself to the weight room. No varsity reps last season carrying the football, but how about that? Threadgill.
Yeah, he's a little shaken up here. I don't know if it's...
And we'll take a break here inside Joe Sawyersfield. Injury timeout. 7:35 to go. Opening quarter, no score between the Ville and the Vikings on FNR. Well, there is Philip Threadgill. Ripped off a 16-yard first down run for Sissonville. Gets the ball to the Ripley 40. Actually, a 14-yard gallop and another look at it there. Came down a little gingerly, but got him off the field. So fresh set of downs here for Sissonville. On offense for the first time here in 2026 with veteran quarterback Maddox Baylog, and Baylog will hand it off, and now nowhere to go there for Malachi Holtzman, the senior, 5'9", 180. Good pursuit by the Vikings. And we'll bring up second down. Look at the Sissonville offense there, led by Baylog, Threadgill, Evans, Moore, and Cooper Nooney. Good offensive front. Some really big guys down in the trenches for the Indians of second-year head coach Mikey Hughes. Baylog gets the snap. Vikings come, and good pressure by Ripley, and down goes Baylog. Bradley Bailey pursuing there from his linebacker spot. One of those to get to Baylog, along with Eli Huffman. And check out the Viking defense. Nick Wolf, we've already called his name, Bailey and Huffman. Huffman coming off an ACL injury. Todd injured in the third game of the season. Always love to see a kid come back, and he has.
You know, Ripley's throwing the kitchen sink at Sissonville right now. They had 6, maybe 7 guys on a blitz there. They got to the quarterback quick.
Third down, 19. Baylog in trouble. Baylog down he goes again, and it's Huffman on the stop. Huffman had 26 tackles before that injury a season ago, and he gets to Baylog. Well, you know, a guy like that, he's been injured. He's chomping at the bit to get back out there. It's been a long time. It's been a long process to get to this game.
Oh, yeah, his rehab from the injury and watching his buddies play all last year, I'm sure he's excited to get back out here on the field, and he's starting the game out well.
Noah Evans is the punter for Sissonville. Football is at the 46. Sam Dyer, the snapper, and Evans had some pressure coming. He does a nice job getting it away, and the Vikings will back away, and Sissonville will down it at around the 17, 18-yard line with 5:05 to go here in this opening quarter. All right, great to have with us tonight. I got Todd Chevalier filling in for Jim Mahan. We got Bailey Tucker filling in for Hannah Klein. Bailey, good evening.
Good evening, Mark. I'm here with Mackenzie, the Indians mascot. Mackenzie, can you tell me a little bit about what this means to you to be the mascot for your high school as a freshman at that?
It means to me to share my pride and spirit with the school, because not only do I get to interact with the football players, the cheerleaders, and our awesome student section, I just get to show all the pride that our school has, and it's awesome, and I love it.
Awesome. And can you tell me, do you have any predictions for the game tonight?
We're going to win. Obviously. Go Indians!
All right, Mark, I'm going to send it back up to you.
All right, Bailey, were you expecting any other answer than that? All right, Peyton Keller gets the first down call for Ripley here.
You know, I don't know if Ripley has found something that's working easy for them to their bench side, or if the coach just wants to see the play coming at him, but they are staying true to the left side of their offense right now.
Last year, Ripley, a penalty marker here against Sissonville, so the Vikings will edge closer to first down yardage. Ripley lost on a Hail Mary to South Charleston, 27-23. Also had a tough loss to Rome County, 38-36. Those will gnaw at you for a while when you finish 4-6 and miss the playoffs. Up the middle, and nice running by Jordan Atkins. Atkins a season ago, 172 yards. Again, you get a lot of time, but he's one of those guys who proves how valuable it is to compete as hard as you can as a JV player. He caught the coach's eye a year ago.
Yeah. A good JV program, you know, they're your bloodline.
It's another first down presented by Bridge Valley here in this opening quarter for Ripley. Jackson Moore, senior QB, going to hand it off, and it's going to be Atkins again. Atkins will carve his way to the 43-yard line. There is a flag down here. And it's going to go against Ripley, so that will shove back the Vikings, Todd.
Yeah, that's a big penalty there. That's a chop block. Look like you kind of a high-low block there on the left side. Referees are going to call that every time they see it. That's a safety issue.
First and 25 now. Football at the 24-yard line. Layton in the backfield for Ripley. Jackson Moore will hand it off to Ethan Layton, and not much running room there for the sophomore. Good pursuit by the Indians. Sissonville with that four-man front of Bentley Ward, Charlie Swain, Sam Dyer, Colton Ross. Layton will lose two on the play. Blake Long, Philip Threadgill, Malachi Holtzman, Landon Scott, the linebackers. Jackson Cook, Noah Evans, Deacon Moore are in the secondary. And here's Layton, just nowhere to go. How about Long? Making his presence felt here early on in the game for the Indians, Todd.
Yes, he is. That good pursuit on the screen. And, Ripley had some blockers out there, but they didn't block that young man.
Brings up third down here. 3rd and 32.
You don't find too many offensive plays in the playbooks for this situation.
Jackson Moore takes the snap, unwinds, got a man behind the receiver, and a good job. Jackson Cook, the freshman. There was a step, but he recovered nicely and bats it down.
Yes, the Ripley receiver had a step on the defensive back, but the defensive back did an excellent job of recovering and getting his left hand up to knock the ball away. That was an excellent play on the defense.
Landon Siner is the punter. And again, Ripley without its returning All-Stater in Parker Keller and scooping it up. Nice play there by Cook as he takes it. Flag comes out. Another penalty, and check the return. It was Evans. Took it on the bounce. Again, they're without Parker Keller. He kicks, he punts. He's a running back, DB, wide receiver. A Swiss Army knife, as Ryan Simon likes to call him. Coaches love to call guys like that who can do so much. It's like losing 5 players. All right, 2:05 left. Beautiful night for football in Sissonville. No score between the Vikings and the Indians here on FNR.
For over 117 years, Poker Valley Bank has been your trusted hometown bank.
Back inside here at Joe Sawyer's Field in Sissonville, the Indians and the Ripley Vikings battling here. Matchup for the Lions Club Trophy and our Champions of the Week trophy. Sissonville with the football at the 44-yard line. Maddox Baylog, they brought a lot of pressure last time out, firing it out here on the near side. Evans sidesteps one defender, and a nice job by Evans as he takes it to the 35-yard line before being stopped there by Smith. Delivery of the game each week. Marco's Pizza provides our crew with a wonderful pregame meal. Marco's Pizza, authentic Italian pizza, every store, every day, the Italian way. Second down, 1 for Sissonville. Maddox Baylog guns, catch made, first down. Nice catch there, Kyler Fisher on the stop for the Vikings, but not before Deacon Moore hauls it in for the first down. And our first downs again in this opening quarter being presented by Bridge Valley Community and Technical College. Find your path.
You know, Mark, like I said earlier, that Ripley is blitzing quite a bit. They're bringing 7 guys. And when they don't get to the quarterback, he pick them apart.
Well, they go on the ground this time, and nice job of grinding for yardage for the Indians is Bentley Ward, 5'10", 195-pound sophomore. Again, we'll have to keep an eye on it, Todd. We saw earlier Philip Threadgill, the nice sophomore running back for the Indians, went down with an injury. In fact, he's down there on the bench. He's walking around trying to run, but he's jogging a bit gingerly there. Here is Baylog looking to throw, launching, got a man, and I never officiate, but I think that was pretty easy to call.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have called the penalty right offhand, but it was pretty obvious that was pass interference.
Jace McCoy on coverage there. Pass was intended for Noah Evans.
But, you know, Mark, when in high school in particular, if you're a defensive back and you're beat and you don't interfere and the guy catches, it's going to be a touchdown. So you might as well interfere and just give him a 15-yard pickup and line up and play another play. So it's not really a bad thing there on that interference.
Seth Ramsey is the offensive coordinator for Sissonville, comes over from Poca, where he did a great job as the head coach there. Mikey Hughes played for him at Poca, so they have been reunited.
And Mikey Hughes coached at Poca with Coach Ramsey also. So it's nice to see them back together.
Clock winding down here in this opening quarter. Sissonville with a fresh set of downs, and Baylog gets the snap. And it's going to be motion against Sissonville with 7 seconds showing on the clock, 7.2 to be exact.
You know, Mark, you're talking about Mikey Hughes and Coach Ramsey getting back together. When I was the head coach out here at Sissonville, I was very fortunate to have Boo Blanham and Larry Jones, both being former head coaches of Sissonville, on my staff. I was very beneficial for that.
All right, time has expired here in this opening quarter. No score, Ripley and Sissonville. You're watching the live coverage of our GoMart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Glenville State University.
Why is that?
It's just really important for us to be out in the community and especially reach out to kids and adolescents and let them know that we are here to support them. We're here to educate and just bring awareness to mental health and suicide prevention.
Yeah, and then I know you guys have a really exciting event going on. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, we have a lot of upcoming things, but our biggest one is our Out of the Darkness walk, which takes place on Halloween, October 31st at Slack Plaza. It's free. Anyone's welcome. We are going to have some vendors. We also have some fun activities, and registration opens at 9:30, and then it starts at 11, and we will be walking the streets of Charleston, remembering those that we've lost to suicide, supporting those who may suffer, and also just, again, bringing awareness and advocacy for mental health and suicide prevention.
Awesome. Well, thank you for talking to me, Tara, and I know that you have a lot of high school athletes involved in this walk, so really excited to see them get out there and participate in this. Back up to you, Mark.
All right, thanks a lot, Bailey. Great job, great calls. Sissonville with the football here to start this second quarter of play. Baylog rolling, firing, got a man into the end zone. Touchdown, Sissonville. Noah Evans on the catch. 14-yard pass play. Maddox Baylog to Evans, and the Indians strike first here as we get this second quarter underway.
Noah Evans had two really good receptions in this drive. That one right there, it drug him across the middle. The quarterback booted out of the backfield to his right, hit him on the run, and he took it right on into the end zone.
Cooper Hall in to attempt the point after. Deacon Moore is the holder. Sam Dyer is the long snapper, the short snapper, I should say. The ball gets away from the holder, Deacon Moore, so Hall going to be unable to attempt the point after. A young man that can kick either with the right leg or the left leg. That is going to be an interesting situation as the season goes on. But there's another look at the TD play, Todd.
Right, noticed he came across the formation, through the middle of the defense, and was open, and the quarterback got the ball to him, and in the end zone he went.
So Sissonville strikes first here in this showdown with Ripley. Title sponsor of Friday Night Rivals is GoMart. Go for good times. Go for GoMart. Check out that scoring summary for the Sissonville Indians, presented by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program. And it was 5 plays, 44 yards, 2:58 off the clock. Baylog to Evans from 14 yards. And the kickoff by Hall. And it's a short kick and picked up by the Vikings. Down to the 35-yard line, Jeremiah Golf.
Got another flag on the play. You know, during the first game, you know, you're not wanting them, but you end up with several penalties. But this is getting a little out of hand with the penalties. It's costing these teams a lot of yardage.
Now Ripley's been penalized 3 times 33 yards, 4 times 25 yards for the Indians. Each team in the first quarter, Todd, 11 plays. Sissonville had 52 yards. Ripley had 50.
Pretty even so far.
So the Vikings now go to work here. Hand it off. Atkins tries to swing it on the far side. Nothing doing. Good job over on the far side by the Indians defensively. Brings up a second down. Second and 9.
Atkins on the carry for the Vikings. Landon Scott on the tackle for Sissonville.
Landon Scott, number 18, the linebacker. Ton of injuries a year ago. That linebacker position, Scott got his opportunity, and now they just never could get him off the field as Ripley goes back to work here on the ground. Atkins takes it to the 34-yard line. So third down we go for Ripley here, trying to answer Sissonville after the Indians strike on the pass play from Maddox Baylog to Noah Evans.
This is a big play here for Ripley.
Moore back to pass, sets up, stands tall, can't find anyone. Jackson Moore, he can run, takes off with it, and slides down. Ball comes loose. He's down. Moore gets up a bit slowly. Nice job by Jackson Moore for the first down yardage. 14-yard pickup for Jackson Moore. Our first downs here in this second quarter, presented by Shawnee State University. Prepare today, succeed tomorrow.
Pressure was getting to Ripley's quarterback, and he pulled the ball down and hit a seam and got a big first down. 14-yard pickup, I believe.
And we have movement up front. Jackson Moore's father, Brandon, an outstanding tight end for the Vikings. And his grandfather, Mike Moore, was an outstanding wide receiver for the Vikings. I saw Mike play. I want him to know that I saw him play. He's older than me. Here's Moore. There's a high snap, and Atkins is in trouble. All kinds of trouble. Charlie Swain was there. Malachi Holtzman was there, and down goes Atkins.
That was very good pursuit by Sissonville's defense. A very big play for them. Now we're back to 2nd and 9.
The Vikings lose 4 on that play. Parker Smith on the wing. Jackson Moore sets up, and Moore going to take off with it. He's at the 10, the 5. Moore looking for the end zone. Touchdown!
Say, this quarterback, he can throw the football, but he sure can run too.
2 big runs by Jackson Moore on that drive, and Ripley an extra point away from taking the lead here. Now again, we mentioned that Parker Keller is out, who is as steady as they come. So a very good athlete here in Garrett Scholl, a sophomore, gets his opportunity, puts it up, and puts it through, and Ripley on top of the Indians here at the 8:38 mark. Jackson Moore with the TD run. Another look at it.
You can see the left defensive end got way upfield. Quarterback Moore pulls it down, just traces the steps of where the defensive end left for a touchdown.
Sweet 16-yard TD run for Jackson Moore and his Vikings on top of Sissonville here on FNR. Pretty as a postcard, Todd.
Oh, that is a beautiful
On a
shot
Friday
right
night.
there.
Wow.
There's nothing better than a Friday night high school football game. Beautiful sunset.
It's just great fellowship. Folks here visiting, hot dogs, popcorn, whatever you want. Good action, two good rivals separated by just a few miles. Good game right now. 7-6 is our score. Shoal will kick it off. Thank you to Expect Power for providing the generator for tonight's game. Expect Power, powering West Virginia forward. How about Shoal? Find out till this week. He's got to be the kicker. And buried that extra point. And squibs this one on the ground for the Indians. And Evans, who's been dangerous tonight for Sissonville, journeys his way to the 43-yard line. So Sissonville right back in business here.
Yeah, both teams have got one of the last kickoffs have had great kickoff returns, giving themselves great field position. Let's see what Sissonville can do with the ball this time. But Mark, something I've noticed, I don't see your popcorn that we normally see.
You know it's coming. Somebody will get me some at some point. They better. Noah Evans, one kid that Mikey Hughes talks about just how proud he is of that young man. He put on about 30 pounds of muscle in the offseason. Cook goes in motion, and Cook gets it, and Huffman takes him down. That's a pass to Cook, but it goes nowhere. Good read by Huffman.
Huffman did a really good job penetrating the line of scrimmage here. He came in on a blitz, and no one picked him up. And
nice young man. Talked to him in the preseason just about how hungry he was to get back out on the field. He's showing it here tonight. He's a 400 guy in track and field. Runs really well, tall, lanky, but he can move around. Baylog sets up, guns, and the catch will be made for the Indians. Gets it into the hands of Deacon Moore. Deacon Moore, the 5'9", 160-pound junior. Father Eddie coaches the Sissonville Redhawks, who feed into this Indian program. Really worked hard in the offseason. Baseball player, 9-yard pickup. 3rd down and 6. Football resting at the 46. Ian Harrison snaps it to Baylog. Heavy rush. Baylog fires it out. Evans makes the grab. 20, 10. Evans, touchdown, Sissonville. Right back comes the Ville.
Mark, you highlighted both of these quarterbacks at the beginning of this football game, and so far they're holding true to your comments. They both are very exciting.
There is Evans.
Looks like Sissonville's going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, they
missed that first PAT.
The bobbled snap. So they'll go for 2. Direct snap. Evans. And fights his way. Did he get in?
I don't think
he did
so.
Not.
No, sir. Good job on Ripley denying him.
So a big pass play. 3 plays, 58 yards. Takes a minute 35 off the clock. There it is again.
That's Noah Evans. That's Noah Evans again, and Baylog's just wound up and threw it right out there. He was a step or 2 behind the defense, hit him straight in the hands. Great job.
Noah Evans, the senior, starting his last season as an Indian player in fine fashion here. His team in the lead, 12-7 on FNR. Stream brought to you by Jan Dills, attorney at law. We won't take no for an answer. Good football game here. Sissonville on a 54-yard pass. Maddox Baylog to Noah Evans, two seniors connecting. 3 plays, 58 yards, 135 off the clock. Scoring summary presented by Governor's Highway Safety Program, and a kickoff, and that's going to go out of bounds. That'll drive the coaches crazy. Our kickoffs being presented by Hope Gas. We're proud to support students, families, and traditions through events like this. Hope Gas, serving West Virginia with pride for more than 125 years. Down to Bailey Tucker we go.
With your former classmate and Sissonville Assistant Principal Melanie White. And Melanie, you were telling me earlier about some stickers on the back of these Sissonville helmets. Tell everybody else a little bit about them. They sound very cool.
Yes, this year we had a decal that each student had to earn their stripes. We have a new coach, and the coach wanted them to be in the weight room. He wanted them to work out. They had a fall camp, so they had to earn the stripes down the middle of the helmet. But we have some special stickers on the back. This purple one is for one of our students who passed away last year, Wiley Wilkeson, and this one is for one of the games that this student won. But this right here is a very special team sticker where the students scored mastery at SAT school day for all of our students at Sissonville High. So because he scored mastery, he got an academic sticker as well. And we're so happy that our new coach is not only interested in football, but he's also interested in academics. And we're just very happy to have him.
Do you know how many students have these stickers with the SAT sticker on the back?
I do not know, but they're only seniors that get them. And so it's a very special award. It's the first year for it, and now we're hoping other students will strive for that this year.
Awesome. And then maybe there'll be even room for more academic stickers on the back, not just SAT.
Correct. We would like our team to not only strive for excellence on the field, but off the field as well with the community. So we're very happy for all the things the team is doing.
All right, well, thank you so much, Melanie, and back up to you, Mark.
All right, thanks a lot, Bailey. Jackson Moore on the move, and Moore to the 38-yard line before he is taken down. How about that helmet for the Indians? Mikey Hughes, well, you got to admit now, the guy's an English teacher. I mean, he is serious about academics.
And that's a good thing. You know, sports is important, but the academics so also.
And just many of the great things we're doing here. Majored in English education, master's in literacy education, and firing it out is Moore. Got a man, catch made, and Jace McCoy, fastest guy on the team for the Vikings, and he races to the 24-yard line. Big play for Ripley on third down. Shawnee State University sponsoring our first downs here in this second quarter. Shawnee State University, prepare today, succeed tomorrow. 39-yard pickup, first down. Atkins gets the call, turns it up, and met there by Noah Evans. Boy, we mentioned Evans' name a few times, or not?
Jordan Atkins, number 7 on the carry for Ripley.
Yeah, Norman.
Rich King, great athletic director here at Sissonville High. He's a Ripley guy, too.
Yes, he is.
That's 3 Ripley people. You know, Bailey interviewed a Ripley grad. Rich grew up in Ripley. Vikings go to work. And it's going to be Keller on the... Well, you really don't want to call it a wildcat formation as he gets it to the 19 because he can play quarterback, so they can put him in there, but just did the direct snap to Keller. Moore's back in. Ripley trying to answer. 12-7 game here. 2 missed extra points. Ripley 2 of 4 on third down. Jackson Moore fires in the direction of McCoy. And a nice job there by Landon Scott. Great job by Scott.
That's 2 plays in a row for Scott. had a real good tackle, nice form tackle on the play before, and then they tried to throw a ball at him, and he went in and broke it up. Outstanding play by him.
Ball to 19, fourth down play here for Ripley. Jackson Moore sets up, fires, looking, and out of reach for Peyton Keller. Sissonville takes over. And they had the big play by Jackson Moore to Jace McCoy, but the Vikings can't capitalize, and Mikey Hughes' crew will take over here with 4:11 to go in this opening half. Again, his coaching staff: Seth Ramsey, Nick Dolly, Cole Hugert, Butch Hughes, Chase Derrick, Dave Sisson, Hunter Thomas. He's got an outstanding staff.
Is that Butch Hughes from the eastern end of the county?
Ripley 0 for 2, fourth down opportunities. Indeed it is, Todd. All those great middle school teams at East Bank.
He's an excellent coach.
No doubt about it. Baylog going to hand it off, and some tackles being broken here. Nice hard running by Bentley Ward, the sophomore. Thank you to State Equipment for providing the lift for tonight's FNR game. State Equipment, built for West Virginia, ready for the job. 8-yard pickup for number 8, Bentley Ward.
Second down and 2 for the Bill.
Handoff, and Ward. He swarmed there. Sean Burdett coming in, number 11. Making a play there for Ripley. Of course, we talked about the historic Lions Club trophy we'll present tonight. We'll also present our Champions of the Week trophy. And that is provided weekly by Tri-State Trophy, celebrating every win, one trophy at a time. Cash in double here. You win this game tonight. 2 trophies.
That's right. The Lions trophy, I'm sure, is not as big as the one we saw last year at Point Pleasant.
No, the Bridge trophy.
The Bridge.
Well, here comes Ripley across before the ball is snapped. That's Nick Wolf.
And that should be an automatic first down there.
You know, we talked about the honors on that helmet. And then they honor players here at Sissonville in a variety of ways. And one is the Chuck Shively Award. And Chuck Shively was a great player here, the late Chuck Shively at Sissonville. Well, I'm going to say it's going to be the Vikings who got pulled off.
I thought that was against Ripley. I did not see that.
Another look here at it, Todd.
Maybe a receiver moved. I didn't see it.
Baylog sets up, fires. Beautiful ball right into the hands of Evans, who gathers it at the 40. Levi Smith made the stop. Otherwise, Evans have a third TD in this game. But what a strike.
Well, I'll tell you, Baylox did a heck of a job. He had an outside linebacker, defensive end bearing down on him. He stood right in there, delivered the ball, took a hit at the end of the play. But what a ball. Right on the money.
40-yard pass play. First down. Presented by Shawnee State University. Prepare today, succeed tomorrow. And that was Bradley Bailey that was bearing down on Baylog, and Baylog with the quick release, and Long makes the grab, and Long still on the move, and Smith finally gets him out of bounds. A couple back-to-back touchdown-saving tackles perhaps by Smith for Ripley, but how about Long? He's playing himself a nice game here for the Indians. Just a sophomore, 5'10", 180. Another Shawnee State first down. Crowd here tonight in Sissonville. The Indians trying to strike here before the half. Baylog 10 of 11, 167 yards. That's a senior quarterback performance.
Got offsides on Sissonville again.
Maddox Baylog, just one of the smartest quarterbacks that Mikey Hughes says he's ever coached. Just a leader on the field off. We present our Polka Valley Bank Scholar Athletes for each school. He was the choice for Sissonville, 4.8 student, wants to be an aerospace engineer one day.
4.8. That's outstanding.
1st and 15 following the penalty. Baylog handing it off. Cook. Cook cuts it up, and Cook will be taken down at around the 22-yard line. Garrett Smith making the stop for Ripley. Bowden Miller was there as well. We got a break here in the action. Thank you to Bulldog Graphics for the t-shirts at this FNR game. Bulldog Graphics, bold designs, lasting impressions. We're a lot coming up at halftime with our Huntington Mall halftime report. We'll meet our scholars. We'll also take you into the classrooms at both Sissonville High and Ripley High School. Have stats and highlights for you. It's all coming up on the Huntington Mall halftime report. Shop, play, and dine. It's always game time at the Huntington Mall. Well, it's huge here, Todd. A week ago, doing a game with Jim Mahan, Gallia Academy and Boyd County. Boyd County had a 1 TD lead, got a score right at the end of the half. And Sissonville would love to do the same here against Ripley, a 12-7 game.
Yeah, the first down play there, Cook, he started to his left, stuck his foot in the ground, turned it up, and had a good game. But what was better was the pursuit of Ripley and to allow him only a 5-yard gain.
Football resting at the 22 following the timeout. And Baylog, quick step. Baylog fires, wide open, touchdown. Evans with his 3rd touchdown grab of the game. Noah Evans from Maddox Baylog. The two seniors connect again.
That must have been a blown coverage by Ripley because Mr. Evans was wide open. There was no one around him for 5 or 6 yards.
When you notice too, Todd, that Ripley, they were getting that pressure early on. Now Baylog's it's just such a quick release. I mean, and the kick is up. Well, after a couple of unsuccessful conversion attempts on a kick and then a 2-point try, it is Cooper Hall delivering. Another look at the 22-yard strike from Baylog to Evans.
Looked like Ripley might have been in a too deep coverage, and the safety on that side just didn't get off the rail quick enough. His angle wasn't proper, and receiver got behind him.
So the Vikings, with 1:04 to go here, will get the football as we bring you another Hope Gas kickoff. We're proud to support students, families, and traditions through events like this. Hope Gas, serving West Virginia with pride for more than 125 years. Baylog now 11-12, Jim. Or Todd, 189 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's special. Well, both of these quarterbacks are being special right now.
Well, it's a 6-play, 81-yard drive. Takes 3:07 off the clock. Our scoring summary presented by the Governor's Highway Safety Program. So Hall will tee it up. Hall is coached by Mark Johnson, a Ripley grad who was a great kicker, kicked some for the Mountaineers. Had some nice games in Morgantown and a 2-time All-Stater at Ripley, and just loves coaching the youngsters. Jace McCoy takes the kickoff, and McCoy in trouble over there. And it was Malachi Holtzman who makes the stop on the kickoff.
You know, what I love to see is you just said that Mark Johnson's from Ripley, graduated from Ripley, but he's willing to give back to the youth of the state of West Virginia, trying to share his knowledge in kicking and working with a Sissonville student athlete. You know, I think that's awesome. I know Steve Thaxton out here at Sissonville, chiropractor. If anyone calls him about pole vaulting, he's ready to go work with them. It doesn't matter where they're from. He just wants to help the youth.
A couple of All-Staters more going to air it out, looking for a man and coming down with it. Interception by Evans. Noah Evans.
Noah Evans is doing it on both sides of the ball right now.
Picks it off. Or heaved it up. Receivers in the neighborhood, but the guy came down with it, not the jersey he wanted it to go to. Evans. 3 touchdown catches, add an interception.
And 2 tackles.
Yeah, we haven't reached halftime yet.
There's 50 seconds to go on the game clock. Plenty of time to drive down the field, especially the way this quarterback, Baylox, is throwing the ball.
The Vikings really going to have to clamp down here now with the ball back in the possession of Sissonville. Maddox Baylog gets everyone set. Baylog steps back. Here comes pressure, and there is Huppin. Now, if you ever needed a play, you rely on your senior defensive leader who missed the bulk of last season, Eli Huppin, and he takes him down.
Maddox Baylog sacked in the backfield.
Ronnie Mullins, a former standout for the Vikings, is the defensive coordinator for Ripley. There's a loss of 6 on the play. There is Huffman. Played a nice first half.
He's had a real good first half. They're blitzing him about every other play, and he's had success on the blitzes.
When you look at the game Baylog's had so far, I liked what Mikey Hughes said in the preseason, and it was getting close to the start of the season. And he said, well, at the moment, Maddox is our quarterback. He's the starter. He goes, it was just, the message was no position is safe.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. You know, you want competition. You want each of your positions to have competition among themselves to make each other better. You know, we were talking about Ripley's helmet decals earlier, and I've noticed that along with their traditional horns, they've got a stripe in the middle of their helmet with a big R right at the forehead part of the helmet, which is kind of neat. I kind of like that.
Out of the timeout, 2nd and 17. Ball at the 36-yard line. Maddox Baylog whips it out into the hands of Evans. Evans maneuvering, still on his feet. Kyler Fisher finally runs him out at the 49-yard line.
Maddox Baylog's pass is complete to Noah Evans.
And you see the numbers on Evans here tonight.
5 receptions, 141 yards, 3 touchdowns. Pretty good night. And we're just at almost halftime.
Indians 3 of 4 tonight. 3rd down opportunities. Maddox Baylog, pressure comes, guns, and off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Cooper Nooney. He's a late addition to the team, a soccer player, all-stater. And Mikey Hughes said, I was just walking by, and he was having a discussion, that being Nooney. Said, man, I wish I was out there with you guys. And Mikey Hughes turned around and said, you are more than welcome to come out. And that's one thing they do here, and I think Ripley does as well. You have to have athletes playing a lot of different sports, if they so choose.
Right.
But the invitation is always there, and I think they'll work it out if they can
Yeah, I think you're better off. And talking to some, college coaches back when I was coaching, they prefer to see those athletes being multiple sport athletes. I think that's a good thing.
Well, two of the greatest you and I ever had the chance to see growing up, Robert Alexander, Kurt Warner, they did them all.
Yep.
Yeah, another one that did them all, Bryce Casto. A great baseball player, basketball player, guy you coached with at South Charleston, won a state championship. And a former Viking. Handoff.
And he was just inducted into the Baseball
Hall of Fame. Ripley,
Fame.
Yes. Bentley Ward on the carry there. Ripley calling timeout.
And I believe there's congratulations for you for being inducted into the Ohio Valley.
Mid-Ohio Valley, yes, sir. Thank you.
Hall of Fame. Congratulations on that. Yeah, I think that's an awesome honor.
How about that?
Well, I know the students like to have fun and everything, but oh Lordy, what a mess down there now. Let's hope it gets cleaned up before the next rainstorm. But it's great to see the students of your high schools out here cheering their classmates on and everybody having a good time.
Yeah, opening night for high school football, and you see the crowd. Of course, the weather is great, and I always say, hey, just bundle up when it gets cold and come out. And you want these games. You only get 5 of these each season at your place, so you can host playoffs, and that's the goal. And you hope you can host a lot, but
you're only guaranteed 10 games.
That's right.
And usually 5 of them are at home, 5 are away, and you need to take advantage of those. And
low snap, Evans is going to get hit back there. Keller gathered in the punt, but they got to Evans back there at the 30. We'll see what the call will be here.
Well, the referee, Brian Pauly, he picked up his flag. I guess he was just putting it in his pocket. We've got roughing the kicker, automatic first down. We've got 13.7 on the clock. With Baylocks, that's enough time for him to get one more in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings, they brought a little bit of heat there, and, obviously they were hoping to have that football with another crack. Instead, Sissonville going to get the opportunity here. 19-7 game here at the moment. I saw the first Lions Club Trophy battle in 1971. Ripley won 19-8. I kept thinking, was that the score? I looked it up. Man, it was a muddy mess that day. Of course, again, that was when there was no lights. Came here with my good buddy Randy Anderson, who just retired from coaching down in Boyd County, Kentucky, where we were last week. Randy over 500 career wins.
Wow.
Just an unbelievable coaching career.
Now, wasn't Randy a basketball coach at Ripley?
At Ripley, yeah. Crum. Also Lawrence County, Kentucky. He was the first basketball coach at Tulsa. And just a tremendous leader on and off the court. Great basketball player at Ripley, and then moved on and had a great career at Glenville State. And it was Glenville State College, Glenville State University now, which is our presenting sponsor of Friday Night Rivals. Glenville State University, pioneer your future. Well, next week will be a Thursday game. We don't have a whole lot of time to turn around here, and the Roane County Raiders will go up against Buffalo at beautiful County Stadium in Spencer. Paul Burdett's crew going up against Andy Anderson's team. Buffalo playing Polka tonight at home, and Roane is at home tonight. Boy, big game for the Raiders to start it out against Doddridge County in that Little Canal Conference, which is always rugged. So have that matchup Thursday night. Look forward to it there from County Stadium.
Yeah, that's a tough opener right there for both those teams.
Beautiful drone shots. Our talented John Yost bringing those great scenes for us. All right, Todd, here we go now. Sissonville has the football and a 2 TD lead, and a little bit of time left for the ever dangerous Maddox Baylog.
Yeah, they put 15 seconds back on the clock, so he's got a couple extra seconds here to work with.
Wide outs to each side. Baylog sets up, and lofts it into the Sissonville bench area. Joe Sawyers Field here in Sissonville, named after the legend Joe Sawyers, who coached Sissonville football from 1935 to 1970.
Wow, what a career.
Forrest Mann took over. Had some great ones here. Yourself, Boo Blanham, Eddie Smolder. 2 Ripley Vikings have been the head coaches here at Sissonville. Boob, you got a chance to visit with earlier this evening, one of the all-time greats, Henry Boo Blanham. He was a great Glenville State Pioneer football player on the line. Baylog in trouble. Baylog fighting his way, trying to get away from the white-clad Vikings. Not going to happen.
You know, Huffman did not get credit for the tackle there, but he's the one that started the pressure. He's coming right up the middle, coming up through that A-gap. Sissonville's going to go in the locker room here and talk about that. But what a half. What a first half. Exciting.
Yeah, Nick Wolf and Jeremiah Goff were there on that stop to end the half. All right, Bailey Tucker is with the leading coach here at the break, Sissonville's Mikey Hughes. Take it away, Bailey.
Thanks, Mark. Coach Hughes, you guys have a pretty good lead going into the half. What do you have to do to keep that lead?
It definitely comes down to execution. We got to get to the point where Sissonville isn't beating Sissonville. If we can get to that point, we're going to be in pretty good shape. Right now, we're just killing ourselves in mental errors. If we come out and execute, we're going to be in really good shape for the rest of the game.
And this is week 1. What would it mean to get a week 1 win?
Oh, this is absolutely massive. I mean, you spend all offseason thinking about this first one, so to be able to line up, we knew this one was going to be a dogfight, and we're having a blast out here. This is a great night for football.
And then real quick, your crowd is absolutely incredible. How much is that feeding into the energy?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just look at what we got here. Sissonville is a great community, and it's awesome just to see the crowd, the stands packed once more.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Mark.
All right, how about that? Mikey Hughes, he's got a lot on his mind, but he is going to salute that crowd here at the break.
Yeah, Mikey Hughes, Coach Hughes, is doing an outstanding job out here. He's trying to sell the program, doing an excellent job in the classroom. Hats off to him.
All right, beautiful shot from high above here. Joe Sawyers Field, Sissonville 19, Ripley 7 on our GoMart Friday Night Rivals. Game of the Week presented by Glenville State University. It is time now for the Huntington Mall Halftime Report. We welcome you back inside Joe Sawyer's Field on the campus of Sissonville High School. A beautiful night for high school football, opening night in the great state of West Virginia on a Friday. There were a few games played last night around the area and the state, but a full enchilada of games on this Friday night. At the break, it is Sissonville on top of Ripley, 19-7, Battle of the Lions Club Trophy between these rivals. Looking at our stats from the first half, Sissonville with an edge in first downs, 10-6. Ripley with the rushing edge, but boy, big-time passing yards. Todd Chevalier for the Indians.
Yeah, Baylor is 12 of 14, 202 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's had an outstanding first half. When their offensive line has given him time to set his feet and throw the football, he's done an outstanding job.
He's 12 of 14 in the game. Flip it over for Ripley, and he's been given opportunities. Jackson Moore has impressed us both running and passing the football.
Yeah, he's had a couple nice passes, but what's impressed me the most about him is his willingness to pull the ball down, find that seam that the offensive line's given him, and he'll take it right upfield.
All right, Todd, thoughts on this second half here with Sissonville on top by a couple of touchdowns?
Well, I think it's still anybody's football game. There's a lot of football to be played. Got 2 quarters to go. I'm sure these coaches went in at halftime, made some adjustments, and I'm anxious to see what those adjustments are and see the fireworks of this second half.
Again, Friday Night Rivals presented by our title sponsor, GoMart. Go for good times. Go for GoMart. And our presenting sponsor, Glenville State University. Glenville State University, pioneer your future. There is Maddox Baylog, number 7, the 4.8 GPA student, and playing himself a whale of a first half. Again, we did an FNR game here when he was a freshman. The Wayne Pioneers of Tommy Harmon, they really put it on Sissonville that night, and that young man, but boy, I was just so impressed with his toughness. Stands there talking to Seth Ramsey, who did great things at Polka. And boy, one of his former dots, Toby Payne at Marshall. What a career he's having.
Yes, he is. When you got good players like Toby Payne, makes you a good football coach.
Right, Sissonville is going to get the football to begin our second half. Garrett Scholl, the sophomore, filling in for Parker Keller. Keller, again, injured in the scrimmage with John Marshall. 23-25 a year ago in extra points, had 2 field goals. Again, just does it all. So a lot of guys having to replace Parker Keller. Time for our Hope Gas kickoff. We're proud to support students, families, and traditions through events like this. Hope Gas, serving West Virginia with pride for more than 125 years, and Scholl's kick will go out of bounds.
You know, Mark, you made a comment in the first half about the ball being kicked out of bounds. The coaches get upset. But the way both these teams has returned the ball, that might not be a bad play. Sissonville kicked it out of bounds earlier, and now Ripley kicked it out of bounds. Prevents that long run back.
Well, we talked about this being the 67th meeting all time. Boy, this series dates back 90 years. Started in 1935 when Joe Sawyers mentioned him coaching.
Yeah, again, I just think this game should be on their schedules year in, year out. I understand that, Ripley's got to play Ravenswood. I know they've got a rivalry with Point Pleasant and Roane County. But looking at this crowd right here tells me that these 2 teams should be playing year in, year out.
The late, great Burt Goodwin was the coach of Ripley that year. Baylor comes out gunning in the direction of Cook, falls incomplete, brings up second down.
Baylor took a shot right there after he delivered the football.
There have been 5 ties in this series, and first 2 games were ties. 0-0. Each season. In fact, 4 of the 5 have been 0-0 games. Here's a handoff and an opening there for Holtzman. Malachi Holtzman, the senior, 5'9", 180, with the nice pickup.
Mark, you and I were talking during halftime about Ripley's defense. Right there, they took the free safety completely out of the middle of the field and walked him up about 7 yards behind the defensive line. Looks like they're getting ready to do it again.
Gain of 6 on the play. And Ryan Simon loved nothing better than get his Viking defense off the field here early on. They stare at a 2-touchdown deficit. Sissonville with other ideas. Baylog and company looking to add to the lead. Baylog guns. Catch will be made by Cook. And that is a first down for Sissonville. First downs here in our third quarter, being presented by Bridge Valley Community and Technical College. Find your path. Bowden Miller on the stop there. Sissonville's 12th first down of the game. Handed off. Holtzman finding room on that left-hand side and then cuts it back right-hand side. Bowden Miller brings him down, but not before he gets the first down.
Number 0, Mally Holtzman on that carry up the middle for Sissonville.
Sissonville's offensive line got a nice push on that play there.
Well, they got Ian Harrison at center. He's 270, a sophomore. Sam Dyer, a junior, 310 at the left tackle spot. Carter McClanahan at 235 is the left guard. The right guard is Charlie Swain. He's 6'1", 300, a junior, and 6'2", 220-pound senior Colton Ross at the right tackle position. Carry by Holtzman.
Well, both of these teams they got good size. Both of them up front are big. I've been trying to watch the interior line play, and it's been fun to watch. Both teams have been getting after each other.
Baylog looks over at his coaches, waits the snap, and whistles are fired here by Brian Pauly and his crew.
It would not surprise me if Sissonville takes a shot over the top here next play or two with the way Ripley's playing their defense. They got their secondary rolled up really close. Looks like they're just trying to take away the run. But I'm sure Sissonville will take a chance here and try to throw over the top again.
And Brian Pauly did the 2021 AA championship game. He's our referee tonight, 24th season. Here's the handoff and finding some space up the middle. Nice run by Bentley Ward, the sophomore.
Bentley Ward on that carry to Sissonville, breaks it out off the right tackle, takes to the 35-yard line.
So puts him at the 35. We'll bring up third down here for the Indians. Ripley's front consisting of Nick Wolf as a defensive end, along with Gavin Hammond. Hammond, number 70. Simon says maybe the best football player on the team. Baylog guns it. Catch made by Cook. First down, Sissonville.
And if that ball was thrown a little higher, Cook might still be running down Route 21 here, as he was breaking right into the seam of that defense. It was a low ball, and he had to go down to the ground to get it.
A 10-yard pickup. And a Bridge Valley first down. Baylog turns, hands it off. Holtzman up the middle. Holtzman still on his feet, and Holtzman finally going to be wrestled down inside the 5-yard line. Levi Smith. Boy, Smith has made some stops here to keep the Indians from scoring in this game.
He has. Here's another perfect example. They're getting ready to send another linebacker. Huffman tried to come over the top, got blocked. And then 21 comes in. Smith and makes a touchdown saving tackle. Ball's what, on the 3-yard line?
Another first down. Snap it. And it's going to be Evans finding his way into the end zone. Evans takes the direct snap. They lined him up in the backfield. And the talented Evans finds the end zone for a 4th time in this game. First time running the football. Makes it a 25-7 game here. Well, the Indians did exactly what Mikey Hughes preached at halftime. We get the ball, we're up by 2 TDs. We got to take that football, march down, and score. And they did 9 plays. And the extra point, Cooper Hall drills it through. Deacon Moore on the hold. Sam Dyer on the snap. And it's a 26-7 lead for the homestanding Sissonville Indians. Evans cashes in. A 26-7 lead for the Sissonville Indians. Ripley getting the ball when we return here on FNR.
Well, what's better than 1 trophy? Obviously 2 trophies. Not only will tonight's winner win our FNR trophy, but they're also going to be winning this Lions Club trophy. Now, I've been told that 10 out of the 11 meetings, or meetings that is, this has gone home to Jackson County. But tonight, that might be different. Maybe it'll be going to Kanawha County by the looks of the score. That seems where we're headed. But we'll have to wait and see. I know Mark was telling me that this is a very treasured history between this rivalry, and it's making a comeback tonight. Back to you, Mark.
All right, thank you, Bailey. Hall booms the kickoff following the Evans touchdown. Jace McCoy gathers it in, and McCoy, again, electrifying speed, driven out of bounds over on the far side. So the Vikings have to get to work here. Todd Chevalier, 7:38 to go. 3rd quarter, now staring at a 26-7 deficit.
Yeah, they've got to do something with the football this series. But right there is another perfect example of what we were talking about on kickoffs. It was a nice kick, but a great return. Yeah, they're starting out on the 41?
36-yard return by McCoy. Moore hands it off. And hard grinding there by Keller. See the numbers on Jackson Moore here tonight. Number 14. Handed off and looking for yardage on the far side. Jeremiah Goff getting the call, the junior. Think about number 14, Ripley quarterbacks. My favorite quarterback in Viking history. I saw him play when I was just a young kid. That's when I fell in love with football. A guy named Terry Landis. Went on to play at West Virginia Wesleyan, one of the all-time great Vikings. And here is a nice run by Goff. First down yardage. Isn't it amazing, though, when you see a game, there's just something that clicks and you just fall in love with at least two guys like us. We just fall low. I know you saw little kids play down there. You yelled down, told a guy, said that's where it all started for me. You know.
Yeah, I remember back when I was a youngster watching Stonewall back in 1974, winning the state championship with the likes of Paul Monroe and Walter Easley and those guys.
Second down and 7.
Snap it. Golf up the middle. Golf churning and twisting his way down to the 23-yard line. So nice, good running there by Golf. Charlie Swain made the stop, and the Vikings kind of a little turbo mood right now.
I was going to say, Ripley got a little juice going right here on this drive.
Hand it off. Keller looks to turn the corner. Keller going to be tripped up there. And unfortunately, individual made that nice play is Jackson Cook, and he's down on the ground right now.
The way he went down, I think, and the way the trainers are working on him, looks like he might have a cramp. You know,
we will break away here. 5:54 to go in the third. It's 26-7 Sissonville on top. Vikings on the move on FNR. A delivery of the game each week. Marco's Pizza provides our crew with a wonderful pregame meal. Marco's Pizza, authentic Italian pizza. Every store, every day, the Italian way. Ripley trying to find its way into the end zone here. The Vikings trailing the Indians of Sissonville 26-7 here on our GoMart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University, along with former coach Todd Chevalier, Bailey Tucker, a great crew, Mark Martin. Delighted to have you with us. So, Todd, you were talking about seeing the old Stonewall teams play. You're a graduate of Stonewall, which is now, of course, a part of Capital. Did you ever see a game? Did Stonewall, did they have to play some games at Old Watt-Powell Park? There were football games. Did you ever see a football game there?
Yes.
You did? Wow.
Actually, when I was in junior high at Woodrow Wilson, we played some games at Watt-Powell Park. And that's what I was thinking when we played was Horseman.
Well, we got Robert Stegall here, our statistician. I never realized that I've got a Charleston Mountain line and a Stonewall Jackson General, and I'm right in the middle of both of you.
And we're not fighting.
All right, the Vikings trying to fight to get back into this one. Golf is hit hard there. Good defense by the Indians.
That was a big defensive play there out of the Indian defense.
Mason Fisher in on the stop, the 765-pound senior. Ripley ready to go again. Moore hands it. Golf looking to turn the corner, and Golf has an opening and journeys to the 10-yard line. First down by Jeremiah Golf.
Jeremiah Golf on that carry for the Ripley Vikings.
Swings it wide. The junior. Deacon Moore made the stop. Now straight ahead, Keller bangs his way for a few.
Ripley's in that Indy 500 mode right now. They're getting to the line of scrimmage and they're going.
And that clock can become your enemy. Golf winding his way in. Well, you know, all communities, they have so many great people that help. You and I were talking at halftime. You coached here, and just all the people that helped. And well, I tell you what, then you have a great public address announcer, and Sissonville has one of the best here at this venue.
Well, they do. Jerry Throckmorton, been a teacher here at Sissonville, just retired 3-4 years ago, but he still comes and announces football and basketball, and I'm probably, if they do announce baseball, he's probably there also. I think if you opened him up, he'd probably bleed red and black.
Of course. There is a flag on the play on the run by Golf. I think it's going against Sissonville. Now the press box here 3 years ago named in his honor. Rightfully so. So it was a face mask, and you kind of see it here, I think.
Yeah, he just reached up here. He was just trying to grab something, and unfortunately got a hold of the face mask. And
Brian Pauly and his crew always do a great job.
Oh, this is a very good crew. You know, Brian has refereed in a state championship game, but I have a feeling his crew here as a whole will be in the state championship game very soon.
But Keller was under center, lost the handle, picked it up, and finds the end zone. Ripley on the board for a second time here, much to the delight of the Viking faithful.
That was a big drive for Ripley. They needed to cash that one in. When he went under center and fumbled it, I thought, oh no. But the ball bounced right back up in his hands, and he got in the end zone. You know, talking about Jerry Throckmorton, he did something as a teacher. Out here at Sissonville at the end of the year, they had what they referred to as senior awards, and he would get up and make a comment about every senior that was graduating. And he did it without paper and notes. He did it from heart.
Jackson Moore gets the snap. Jackson Moore gets the 2-point conversion. And Ripley draws within 11 here with 4 minutes exactly to go in quarter number 3. Another look at it, Todd, the touchdown. Good heads-up play by Keller. Just kept his composure. And then Jackson Moore with the 2-point conversion. So Moore's got a 16-yard TD run and a 2-point try.
Well, that's his second touchdown, isn't it?
Keller got the first. Keller got the second, yeah.
Okay.
Our scoring summary presented by the Governor's Highway Safety Program. Jackson Moore with a 16-yard TD run back in the second, and they got the 2-point or the extra point to make it 7-6. And then Peyton Keller caps off a 12-play, 59-yard drive that took 3:46 off the clock. And then Jackson Moore on the 2-point conversion. 20-6-15. Ryan Simon, Ripley High grad, went to Marshall, third year as Ripley's head coach. Record of 11-10. Worked under some good ones. Jimmy Frazier, Steve Sayre, Eddie Smolder. "52 years old, 1992 graduate of Ripley High. Brother Billy was a 2-time state wrestling champ, older brother, and his older sister Nikki, a 4-year feature twirler, not only at Ripley but at Marshall. And the kickoff by Scholl out of bounds. So we're talking about Brian Pauly's crew. He's the referee, Tom Parrish the umpire. Brian been at it 24 years. Tom Parrish with Elkview 18 years. Joe Rector 19 years, the line judge. The headline judge is Nick Young, 5 years. Of Scott Depot. Joe Rector is from Walton. John Hardy, 9 years. Out of Dunbar, the field judge. Cody Clay of Charleston, 10 years, the side judge.
Cody Clay and John Hardy are two former students of mine when I taught and coached at South Charleston. So it's good to see them out here giving back to the sport.
All right, so Sissonville still with a double-digit lead, and the handoff, and down goes the ball carrier. Good pursuit by the Vikings. Holtzman on the carry and got taken down rather quickly there. Sean Burdett on the stop. Burdett's a senior. Evan Campbell was in on the stop for Ripley. So loss of 4. Ian Harrison, the sophomore, snaps it to Baylog, sets up, rifles, and a sliding catch.
Nope, incomplete.
Great attempt, but couldn't haul it in. Sliding attempt, I meant to say, could not bring it in. Sissonville 4 of 6 now on third down tries as a third down comes up. Mikey Hughes in his second season at the helm. And again, Sissonville back-to-back 0-10 campaigns, 1-9 the season before that rugged run. And Coach Hughes comes in here and good work with the likes of Seth Ramsey, Joey Fields, coach at Nitro, Hoover. And you see Mikey. You mentioned English teacher here at Sissonville High School. Bailey Tucker working the sidelines tonight. Bailey, take it away.
The Raven's a junior cheerleader here at Sissonville High School. And Raven, you're going to show us your crowd cheer. Is that right?
Okay, yes, I am.
All right, so Raven, let's take it away, I guess.
Okay, ready? Indian Nation. Indian Nation! You say Indian, you say nation! Indian Nation! Indian Nation! Indian Nation! When I say Indian, you say nation! Indian Nation!
All right, Mark, we're going to go back to you. It's a little loud down here.
All right, Sissonville looking to make noise here. What a grab made. Baylog fires. Deacon Moore hauls it in on third down. Third and long. What a strike to Deacon Moore. Moore is slow to get up.
Looks like another cramp.
Wow. Game speed, Todd. And Baylog has it.
What a catch. I was watching up front. I missed the catch originally, but seeing it on the replay, he jumped up there, grabbed it with one hand, came down, and ended up having a cramp in his right leg. Fortunate for him, he's got 2 trainers down there, Jamie and Teresa, trainers who work with Dr. Thaxton, the chiropractor out here at Sissonville. They've been with the program for a very long time. They were here when Coach Lanham was the head coach. They were there when I was a head coach. They're still here, and they do an outstanding job. They love these kids, and they make sure they are staying healthy.
Now, Jamie Pickett, Teresa Hodgen, I mean, they are sensational. They had to work on me a few times. Some aches and pains along the way.
They'd come in and adjust me before games.
And Ripley equally with an outstanding athletic trainer, been there a long time, Steve Lowe, also the athletic director at Ripley High. All right, fresh set of downs for the Indians. Ripley was looking to get a big stop there, but instead Sissonville goes back to work, and here's Holtzman bouncing off Viking defenders, and Holtzman takes it close to first down yardage. In fact, I think he's got the first down.
You know, you mentioned Ripley's athletic trainer, Steve. He is state well known as a trainer and as an athletic director. He is an outstanding individual. I had the pleasure of working with him as athletic director when I was at Riverside. He's a first-class act.
First down for the Indians, or first downs here in the third quarter, being presented by Bridge Valley Community and Technical College. Find your path. Our live stream of tonight's battle between Sissonville and Ripley on our Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University, is sponsored by Jan Deals, attorney at law. We won't take no for an answer.
Marcus, we take a second here. Just take a look up there at that moon. Isn't that a pretty sight?
Gorgeous.
Full moon this evening. Beautiful weather, great crowd, great ball game. what high school athletics is about.
Yeah, if you were to put a high school football game night in a bottle, you could choose this one. There's no doubt about it. Stands are packed. Both sides. Short trip for Viking fans. Baylog ready to go to work. Holtzman going to be met head on there. And good job by the Viking defense. Jace Starcher, a junior, comes in and makes the stop for Ripley. Nice play by Starcher. 5'10", 165. That's a 5-yard loss. 26-15 our score. Sissonville struck first. Ripley had a 7-6 lead, and Sissonville has gone in front and stayed there at 12-7. And beautiful shot from high above here at Joe Sawyer's Field. With our John Yost at the controls. 2nd and 15. Holtzman in the backfield with Baylog. Vikings looking for a stop, and Baylog fires it out, and tripped up on the far side was Evans.
That was an excellent defensive play by their cornerback, defensive back. Couldn't see his number.
I think Jace Starcher came in. Jace McCoy coming in to make the stop there for the Vikings.
Yeah, he beat the block of the receiver and made a great tackle, open field tackle.
3rd down and 13 here. And you got to wonder, Todd, 4-down territory here for Sissonville. So you want to see if they can produce the first down here on this 3rd down opportunity. Up by 11. Maddox Baylog, he's got time. Nice flushed out, and Baylog will take off and run with it. And Baylog, did he get the first down? I believe he did. Wow. What a heads-up play by Baylog.
Yeah.
Wait, 2 times now, 3rd and long, and Sissonville has cashed in.
Yes, they have.
First down. Presented by Bridge Valley Community and Technical College. Find your path. Under a minute to go here in this 3rd quarter. Sissonville 18 first downs now in the football game. Baylog pitches. Holtzman gathers it in. He was slowed up by Starcher, but he got a few.
Looked like the pulling lineman was a little late getting out there, and he kind of slowed the running back up a little bit.
Jeremiah Smith, the sophomore, he checks in for Ripley defensively, and Parker Smith will go out.
And the Bluefield Grand.
2nd down here.
Looks like Sissonville's going to let the quarter end. We'll move the football back down on this end, closer to us.
And the horn sounds. 3 quarters are in the books. The Sissonville Indians on top of the Ripley Vikings, 26-15. Away we go to the 4th quarter when we return to historic Joe Sawyer's Field on our GoMart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University.
Well, dirty sodas are all the rage. I'm here with Abby Litton, who is actually an alumni of Sissonville High School, and she has her own dirty soda thing going on here, Dirty Doodle. Abby, can you tell me a little bit of this?
Yep. So it's family owned and operated. We just started. We will plan to be here every Friday night here at Sissonville at Joe Sawyer's Field. And this is our drink. It's called the Gypsy. It's named after one of our dogs, which our company name is based after our dogs, Piper and Gypsy. This is orange soda with vanilla syrup and vanilla sweet cream cold foam.
You care if I try it? Let's see here. This tastes like an orange, what is it, a creamsicle? An orange creamsicle? That's exactly what that tastes like. Well, that was really good, Abby. Thank you for sharing it with us. Mark, I'm going to toss it back up to you. I know you're so jealous that you didn't get to try that and I did.
Well, you could just deliver a couple up here. I've been trying to get Todd Chevalier a water all night. All right, there was a flag on the play. As we begin the fourth quarter here, it will go against the Indians. 26-15 as we launch this fourth quarter opening night for the Vikings of Ripley and the Indians of Sissonville. Both teams coming off. For Sissonville, you thought, boy, great turnaround. But they were disappointed, Todd. 5-5. They felt they left a couple on the table, and they wanted to be in the playoffs. They want to be a playoff team this season. Likewise for Ripley. Check out the maneuvering there. There's a flag on the play late as Cook, and now another flag comes out as Cook got up. And we'll see what's going on here with the flag situation. Referees will talk it over.
Yeah, both teams last year, a break here and a break there, could have easily been 6-4 and in the playoffs. So they're going to mark off the personal foul. Yeah, I guess they already marked off the holding penalty. And then
Seth Ramsey and Baylog discussing things there. It's Seth's alma mater this week, Clay County High School. They've got the new turf now. Really has added a lot to Bradley Field. Seth's parents, Larry and Mary, both coaches there, long time, great athletic people in Clay County. And now Sissonville wants to talk things over. Well, I mentioned, Todd, I saw games in the afternoon here at Joe Sawyer's Field, and I played in a game in the afternoon here at Joe Sawyer's Field. Well, there's that first game, 1971, in which Ripley defeated Sissonville by a final of 19-8 to win the first ever. That's the first time they played for the Lions Club Trophy. And I looked there. Wayne Schaefer is number 25. Dale Hartley was an All-Stater for Ripley. James Abshire was an All-Stater at Ripley and then became one of the all-time greats at West Virginia State. And then Ronnie Steele played a little bit of football at West Virginia State as well. There's some good guys right there. I watched that game with my buddy, as said, Randy Anderson earlier, and it rained some, and it was kind of a muddy mess here. And you gave me some great history about Joe Sawyer's Field, that this was farmland once upon a time.
Yes, before this becoming Sissonville High School, this was a dairy farm. And where the field is sitting is where the barn was more down towards where the scoreboard is, and this, where the field is where the cattle would come in to go into the barn. And there was times when it was a grass field that you could smell the reminiscence of it.
All right, second down as we come out of the timeout. Baylog takes the snap and met head on is going to be Holtzby. Got away. They whistled him down there, but boy, he gets the handoff, and Jeremiah Goff met him head on.
That was an outstanding play by Mr. Goff.
Steven Sutler was there as well.
He beat the offensive lineman and met the running back right in the hole. Here we are again, another third down for Sissonville. Ripley needs to make a play right here.
Steven Sutler, mentioned him. He's spent a lot of time in the weight room in the offseason for Ripley, and it's the name of the game these days. Third down, Baylog sets up, unleashes, and a catch is made, and he can't hang on. Oh, Evans had it, but knocked away. On the coverage, that was McCoy.
Yep. I guess he was bobbling it. When I first saw it, I thought he had it long enough in the end zone, but I guess he was bobbling it, and John Hardy, the back judge, made the right call.
Now, fourth down here for the Indians. I'm sure if they were thinking about bringing Hall in to give him a shot at the field goal, but a fourth down play here for Sissonville, leading by 11. Maddox Baylog sets up, guns, catch made, and then a big-time hit for the Vikings as Keller, who hasn't played a lot of defense tonight, Peyton Keller with a big stick there.
That's a good open field tackle to prevent the receiver from making any extra yardage.
Cook had it, and he hung on to it.
Yep.
Credit the young man for that, but Keller, well, senior leader.
Okay, Sissonville turns it over on downs. Ripley has the ball. 10 minutes, 14 seconds. Still a lot of time.
You think about Peyton Keller. He's playing this game without Parker, his twin brother, and they've been playing sports together for a long time. And Parker out with the injury at the moment. And here is a handoff, and just not much there for the Viking running attack on that particular play as Golf gets the call. We saw the Vikings the last time, and they scored, Todd. They really went into turbo mode. Getting it, not panic mode just yet, but obviously you are down 11. Golf follows his blockers, and Golf. Well, he got the first down. Boy, there's probably was a lot more there to be had as he goes down around the 33-yard line. First downs here in the fourth quarter, presented by Shawnee State University. Prepare today, succeed tomorrow. Vikings back to work, and slowed there on the carry is Keller. Now, Sissonville has captured victory twice on FNR. Ripley has one FNR trophy. Winner of this game going to get another, plus that Lions Club trophy that Bailey showed off earlier. Been in Ripley for a long time. Keller looking for daylight on the outside. Keller does a great job there, staying in bounds, and I believe he got the first down.
I think he's got the first down.
Keller twins, outstanding baseball players at Ripley, helped lead the Vikings to a AAA state championship 2 years ago. They were in the state title game this year as well. And Keller does indeed get that Shawnee State University first down. So the Vikings on the move here. Up the middle, and Golf gets nailed. Holtzman came through there. Jeremiah Golf, they'll give him 2. Second down 8. Keller in trouble. Keller got away, spins away again, and what an effort by Peyton Keller.
Yeah, that was a heck of an effort on his part to pick up 2, maybe 3 yards there. Now we got third and a long 6, maybe 7. Big down for Ripley.
Third down 6 here for the Vikings. Jackson Moore hands it. Golf avoids a runner. Daylight. Golf looking back and stumbles and will go down at around the 2. Ryan Simon and his crew watching the great run there by Jeremiah Golf. Boy, just about got in, Todd.
He almost did. You know, they grabbed at his foot there on about the 10. He just couldn't keep his balance.
Here's Keller, gets the handoff from Jackson Moore, but they'll wrap him up. And Scott was in there on the play for the Indians. Ian Harrison. All right, Vikings quickly. Golf, Keller, Jackson Moore, Keller, grinding, Keller, touchdown. Ripley closes the gap here with 7:02 to go.
Keller, 2-yard touchdown run for the Vikings.
26-21. Vikings looking to go for 2 here. Snap to Moore. Moore fires, and the catch bobbled. And Kyler Fisher had it and just could not hang on. Now Ripley needing that 2-pointer there, Todd, that gets you within a field goal. With a 26-21 game here. Keller into the end zone. The Vikings.
I had a former.
All right, we'll break away here, Todd. Hold that thought. We return to Joe Sawyer's Field in a moment. We've got a game here between the Vikings and Sissonville. Well, they are playing for our GoMart Champions of the Week trophy here, Sissonville and Ripley, and it's a battle. Ripley scores 26-21, and our trophies throughout the season being provided by Tri-State Trophy, celebrating every win, one trophy at a time. Double the trophies tonight. That Lions Club trophy also. Our scoring summary for Ripley, presented by the Governor's Highway Safety Program. 9 plays, 80 yards, 3:12 off the clock. Peyton Keller gets into the end zone. And now teeing it up for Ripley again without their regular kicker, Parker Keller, Peyton's twin brother. And Garrett Scholl, the sophomore, has been tasked with the duties here tonight. And a Hope Gas kickoff coming your way. Hope Gas, we're proud to support students, families, and traditions through events like this. Hope Gas, serving West Virginia with pride for more than 125 years.
You know, Mark, I worked for a coach, Bryce Casto, at South Charleston, and every week in practice he would talk about extra points, PATs, and his thoughts were that they don't win you a lot of games, but they sure can cost you a game. And missing that 2-point conversion could be the difference in this ball game.
Scholl will squib it again. It touched an Indian player, and scooping it up and getting out of bounds with it for Sissonville is Deacon Moore, the 5'9", 160-pound junior. So Baylog and company going to work here. 6:55 to go, and they cling to the 5-point advantage at 26-21. Ripley was down 26-7. The Vikings have fought back here. With Ramsey getting his crew set there as he leaves the field. They're missing a player. I believe they are.
I think it's too early.
Baylog hands it off. Holtzman gets the carry, and Jeremiah Smith makes the tackle.
Allie Holtzman on that carry with Sissonville. Very short game play.
Second down 9, football at the 33. You know, Sissonville would like to just grind it out here, Todd.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to shorten this game down, but I don't know if that's going to be in their advantage right now.
Well, the handoff there to Cook and Huffman, who has played a phenomenal game. His first game back, you think, Todd, he hasn't played since the Point Pleasant game a year ago, which is the third game of the season. That's when he went down with the ACL to get back out here. Because, you know, there's so much wonder about can I get back and all that rehab. And, you know, an ACL, you just don't snap your fingers and you're back.
No, there's a lot of rehab involved in that. There's a lot of mental aspects of it.
Big loss there, third down, 14. Baylog, well, he's ever so confident, stands tall. Baylog, though, this time they'll get to him.
Oh, Nelly, Mark, I think we got a ball game.
Huffman was there and joined by Bradley Bailey. And Sissonville
Ripley's going to get the football back with a little under 5 minutes to go in the game. Plenty enough time to drive down the field.
Evans is the punter, who punts 34.5-yard average in this game. All snapped from the 23. Flags come out, and that is not a great punt. We'll see what the flags are about here.
I think it's going to be on Sissonville. I think their dart out here at the bottom of the screen here on the left was moving, although Ripley wasn't covering him either.
Now Brian will give us the call here.
All right, penalty was declined, and Sissonville shanked the punt.
Yeah, there you go. Great field position for the Vikings. Viking band making noise across the way.
They got the ball on what, the 25?
That was a 2-yard punt for the Indians. So the Vikings will have the football at the 25-yard line. Garrett Smith will snap it to Jackson Moore. Turning the corner, looking for daylight and fighting his way to the 10-yard line for the Vikings. How about Jeremiah Goff in this game?
I'll tell you, he's had a heck of a second half, especially a fourth quarter. But he's done a great job this second half. And got to give credit to the guys up front. They're the ones giving him room to run.
He picked up 14 now. Back to Keller they go, and Keller hammers his way down to the 5.
Ripley's offensive line is taking the game over.
Thanks to State Equipment for providing the lift for tonight's game. State Equipment, built for West Virginia, ready for the job. Ripley ready offensively. Here is Moore. He'll keep it, and he's into the end zone. The Vikings looking for more, and the senior quarterback, Jackson Moore, gives the blue and white the lead.
Yeah, did Ripley score too quick?
27-26, the Vikings with their second lead of the game. And now 52-year-old Ryan Simon talking with his senior quarterback, the 17-year-old. All right, going for two again. Gunning for a 3-point edge here. Moore gets the snap. Moore in trouble. Moore, and he will not be able to dodge that Sissonville defense. End stand tall on the two-pointer for a second time.
Well, here we go. We got the field goal can beat you now. Ripley went to running a little option there out of the spread. Quarterback kept it and put it in the end zone.
Our scoring summary, 3 plays, 25 yards, 47 seconds off the clock. Jackson Moore into the end zone for Ripley.
Well, Mark, you got 4 minutes to go in the game, and we've seen that Sissonville can go over the top and get the ball down the field pretty quick. Ripley's defensive line and linebackers have really turned up their game here in the last couple series, so anxious to see how it goes.
All right, so Scholl will tee it up as we bring you another Hope Gas kickoff. We're proud to support students, families, and traditions through events like this. Hope Gas, serving West Virginia with pride for more than 125 years. What a game here at Joe Sawyer's Field. 67th meeting all time between Ripley and Sissonville. Scholl swings his leg. And here is Cook. Cook swinging it. And knocked out of bounds.
Okay. Starting this drive here with 3 minutes and 56 seconds at the 40-yard line.
Now we'll see what the Sissonville offensive brain trust will dial up here. There's the numbers on Maddox Baylog. He's had a terrific game. And now trying to perhaps bring his team a winning drive here. Fires, catch made, on the move. Deacon Moore. Now you had Moore for Ripley, and now Sissonville's Moore. Huge play.
Did that ball get tipped at the line of scrimmage? The ball came out of his hands a little wobbly there. I think it maybe got tipped. So here we go.
Maddox Baylog fires, and the pass is incomplete.
Ripley's left defensive end came off the edge and really put pressure on Baylox, and Baylox got the ball off, wasn't able to set his feet, and took a hit after he threw the ball.
It came after that 33-yard pass play from Maddox Baylog to Deacon Moore. 2nd down and 10. Football at the 27. A 1-point lead for Ripley. Baylog, pressure comes. Baylog escapes. Looking, and Baylog will go down. Baylog slow to get up. Sacked by the Vikings. We see a guy like Baylog go down and you hold your breath.
You hold your breath.
Sutler was there on the stop.
It's 3rd and 10. I would guess Sissonville's in 2-down territory. They need to try to get some of it right here and give themselves a chance on 4th down.
Scoreboard says 1st and 10. This is a 3rd down play.
I thought it was 3rd. The chain say 2. Chain says 2nd.
Well, you had the incomplete, and then you had that run by Baylog, and here's a catch, and it's
1st down.
Deacon Moore making the grab and takes it to the 15. Well, it doesn't matter. It's a 1st down now. It's a Shawnee State 1st down. Boy, how poised is Baylog?
What an exciting game.
You just know that the pressure is coming.
And he just stands in there and delivers the ball.
And that's what he was doing 4 years ago. That's just what impressed me so much about him. And now here he is. He's seen it all. So heady, so poised. Now he's in trouble again. He'll fire that one where no one can get to it on the Larry Jones track here at Sissonville High School. When you think about some of these great coaches here, Todd, Sissonville, mentioned Joe Sawyers and mentioned Larry. There, he led Sissonville to that 1994 championship game. 21st downs for Sissonville in this contest. Greg Cyrus was a coach here, Larry Mullins. Some great head coaches have guided this program. You think about Ripley and Frank Marino, 77 through 2001. 2nd down and 10. Baylog. Pressure comes. It's Parker Smith pursuing Baylog. He's got some room, and Baylog going to be tackled at around the 6-yard line. Stop being made by Bradley Bailey. And I believe he got the 1st down.
I thought he was short, but no, he's 1st down.
What a drive Sissonville is putting together here. And there's time for Ripley. Thank you to Expect Power for providing the generator for tonight's game. Expect Power powering West Virginia forward with 1:56 to go in the game. A timeout here. The Sissonville Indians. Sissonville with 6 first downs.
Little history about that game right there. That haunted Larry Jones. They were at practice on a Wednesday, I believe.
You talking about the state championship game?
Yeah. Eric Pinkerton. Coaches were wanting to get off the field. The coach said, let's go one more play. And Eric Pinkerton broke his wrist, hand maybe, on that play.
Eric Pinkerton was one of the all-time great catches in Marshall football history from Chad Pennington. 3 first downs on this drive. They just got one. The football is at the 6-yard line. Maddox Baylog and company ready to go to work. Looking to retake the lead here against Ripley. Hand it off and tackle made. Nice job once again by Bradley Bailey from his linebacker position. That championship game, by the way, Todd, that was the first year Wheeling Island hosted. Of course, you were there. You were there the next day, and I think you got a ring. I think you got it on here. Yeah. The AAA title game. Polka beat Sissonville for the title in AA that Friday night. South Charleston knocked off University for the AAA title the next day. And then the single A championship was played that night. Sarita Canova came away, now part of Spring Valley. And That was the first for Wheeling Island Stadium to host championship games. They did a great job for many years, and of course we are getting set this December for year 3 of championship football back in Charleston.
And the committee that works on that championship weekend for Charleston does an outstanding job, led by Mike Arbogast, former principal at South Charleston. Jim Hamrick and Bryce Pesto are 2 of his assistants. They've done an outstanding job of getting that back to Charleston.
I'll never have a bad thing at all to ever say about Wheeling because of what they did. I mean, they made that thing special, but it is nice to have it back in the capital city. Especially now we got 4 championship games. All right, right now, who's going to be the champions of the week here, Sissonville or Ripley? Play was stopped. That's going to be a 5-yard mark-off against Sissonville. Ripley has never played in a state championship football game. First year Ripley was in the playoffs ever, 1986. Mark Johnson, who we talked with earlier here tonight, Ripley made it to the semifinals back when 8 teams went to the playoffs. Sissonville's been flagged 12 times, 67 yards. Baylog gets the snap. Parker Smith pursuing. Baylog fires. Catch made. Touchdown. Well, we have Landon Scott listed as a wide receiver. He's been a good defensive player tonight. How about your first catch being the go-ahead touchdown with 1:40 to go?
I'll tell you, you can't say enough, though, for Maddox Baylog. He has stayed in the pocket, pressure in his face, delivered the ball, taking hits after he's thrown it. He's gotten flushed. He gets out on the edge, keeps his cool, and just throws strikes. I mean, he has done an outstanding job. He's going to be something special to watch as this year plays out.
So Sissonville has called time here. Now our scoring summary presented by the Governor's Highway Safety Program. 8 plays, 60 yards, 2:24 off the clock, and Baylog with the 12-yard strike gets it into the hands of Landon Scott. And Scott, 5'11", 170, a junior. We talked about him earlier, how last year a lot of injuries, and he got playing time. And, you know, first you're just on the field because there's injuries, and then you're out there because they can't get you off the field because you're playing so well.
Nice. Sissonville going to go for 2 here to make it a 7-point game. Looks like that's what they're planning on.
Baylog has been superb here tonight. 4 touchdown passes, 302 yards, 20 of 27. There's TD number 4. 32-27. And you put Ripley in a position where they would have to score, get an extra point if you get this 2-point try. Baylog fakes, pressure comes, and Parker Smith, the all-state basketball player who has loads of potential as a football player, he comes through and gets the big-time sack there of Baylog on the 2-point conversion. This has been a rough night for each team when it comes to conversion attempts.
Well, here we are again, as we've talked over and over about extra points. You know, if Ripley's lucky enough to go down the field and score, they go back up on top.
1:40 remaining in the game. There's Maddox Baylog. What a game that young man has played. And this game is far from over. Kickoff will be off the foot of Cooper Hall, who again has tremendous potential. We talked about Hall, and he can kick with either his right or his left leg. And he is about to deliver another Hope Gas kickoff. We're proud to support students, families, and traditions through events like this. Hope Gas, serving West Virginia with pride for more than 125 years. The kick. And McCoy will let it go out of bounds.
I don't think that's a bad thing. Not at all. I think prevents any kind of return.
So Ripley will go to work.
His kickoff goes out of bounds, and Ripley starts the offensive series from the 35-yard line.
Salute our crew here tonight. Michelle Carroll, Brian Shepard, Levi Barnhart, Robert Francis, Cade Burgess, Zane Townsend, Jason Frame, Alicia Walker, Robert Valencia, Bailey Tucker, John Yost, Todd Chevalier. I'm Mark Martin. Delighted all of you could be with us. Hope all of our FNR games all season long are like this. All right, Vikings will go on the ground first. And finding the opening. Well, I mean, this kid has been sensational as well here tonight for Ripley. Jeremiah Golf, and he gets the Shawnee State first down. Takes it immediately into Sissonville territory. He picks up 25 on the play. Just like that.
Killed it.
Ripley just
Clocked it.
Killed it there.
Receiver on the play there with Goff on that long run. The receivers are doing an outstanding job coming down and sealing the inside of Sissonville's defense to prevent the pursuit to getting over there.
Second down and 10. High snap. Golf gets it. Golf in trouble. Holtzman's got him. Down he goes. Back of the 45. Lost the 5. And that high snap kind of slowed the function of that play.
Ripley took a timeout here.
Funny to watch the coaches. And Dave Sisson, who was a great player here at Sissonville, and he's pacing the sidelines. It's 3rd and 13 now. The Vikings huddled across the way. Sissonville with a 32-27 lead. Ripley will be at Ravenswood next week. Sissonville will be at Tulsa. Ripley goes from the battle for the Lions Club trophy to the battle for the hatchet with the Red Devils of head coach Matt Peary. Right now trying to knock off this version of red and black in the Sissonville Indians. 1:15 to go, and third down play coming up. Jackson Moore from the gun. Sets up. Fires. Catch made. Out of bounds goes Kyler Fisher. Pulling out at around the 35-yard line. Play by Sissonville. Cam Bailey, I believe. Check that, Landon Scott on the tackle. Along with Cam Bailey.
This could be the game here. It's 4th down. 4th and what, 6? Ripley's got to have a first down. Got to move the chains.
Jackson Moore sets up. Moore in trouble. Moore going to take off with it. They had room, and he's still looking for running room. Jackson Moore is going to go down.
Short of the first down.
Sissonville takes down the Viking QB. Might have had the first down, not for sure, but then I think he saw something.
I think he, if he would have took the ball and took off running, he had the first down. But I think he looked downfield, saw something maybe coming open, and just wanting to make a big play.
What a game he has played.
You can't fault him. He's had one heck of a ball game.
These two quarterbacks, well, we highlighted them before the game, and they have lived up to it. And now with under a minute to go.
I would strongly encourage any high school football fan to get out and watch either one of these quarterbacks and play this year. They're both exciting. I would also encourage the school administrations of Ripley and Sissonville High School, if it be the principal, the athletic director, they need to keep this game on their schedule year in, year out. It's a great rivalry game, a great crowd. As a former athletic director, I'm looking at this crowd thinking, hey, you made a lot of money here tonight.
Second down, 15
Again, Ripley coming in, leading the series 35-26-5. Had won 10 of the last 11, and that will do it. Clock will wind down, and Sissonville. Well, both teams left it all out there. And the Indians come away victorious 32-27.
Yeah, neither team has anything to be ashamed of. Both teams left it all out on the field. As a coach, that's what you want to see. I think both teams are going to be okay this year.
Well, a handshake line, great sportsmanship. And on this night, Sissonville in the red and black, they prevail over Ripley 32-27. Well, we've been doing FNR since 2017. This is one of the better ones we've had a chance to do, no doubt.
I've enjoyed it. I'll tell you, it was a exciting game, especially the fourth quarter. Both these quarterbacks, like you said, you highlighted them at the beginning of the game, and they did not let anyone down. They both shined.
And it was 26-7 at one point. Ripley kept battling, took the lead. Sissonville fought back and got it into the end zone behind their great senior leader, Maddox Baylog. We'll come back, and we will present our Champions of the Week trophy, the Lions Club trophy, and also salute our player of the game. It's all over here at Joe Sawyer's Field on our GoMart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Glenville State University. Sissonville wins it over Ripley 32-27. All right, time to present our GoMart Player of the Game. And our Player of the Game, well, it is Maddox Baylog for the Sissonville Indians. And what a game that young man had. 20 of 27, 302 yards, and 4 touchdowns, including the game winner, which went to Landon Scott. And he got Sissonville that early lead at 26-7. Ripley fought back, and the Vikings fought back behind not only their great quarterback, Jackson Moore, but also Jeremiah Goff, who rushed for 145 yards on 14 carries. Ripley 0-1 will play Lincoln County next week. Sissonville 1-0. They'll face off with Tulsa. Bailey Tucker is with our champions of the week, the Indians of Sissonville. Not only going to get the champions of the game trophy, Bailey, but the Lions Club trophy. Take it away.
All right, Mark. Well, first of all, we're going to talk to our player of the game, Maddox Baylog. Maddox, you had a huge play there at the end of the game. What was going through your mind in that moment?
You know, pressure came in. I was just thinking, make a play. You know, end of the game, you got to make something happen. And Landon was out there, and he's my guy, so he made a play.
What did you go through in the beginning of this game? I mean, you had some incredible passes all night long. Your connections to your receivers were just outstanding. Can you tell me just what was your mindset coming into week 1?
Yes, ma'am. Just confidence in my guys, knowing where my receivers are going to be, and just making the throw. It's all them. I just got to make the throw.
This is your senior year, so how important is it to leave it all out on the field this year?
Just every game at a time, you know, take each and every rep like it's the last, and, you know, leave it all out there.
All right, now we're going to go to Coach. Coach, when I talked to you at halftime, we had a nice lead, and then things kind of the scale started tipping a little bit. How did you bounce back from that?
Well, we've told our guys this entire time we're going to face adversity. And I can't put into words how proud I am of our guys. You know, when we look at past Sissonville teams, even last year's team, you know, they got to the point where if last year's team would have went down in the fourth quarter, I don't know if we bounced back, but I got faith in these guys. They knew we had to overcome adversity, and that's exactly what they did tonight.
Now, I know we're trying to get some sort of culture here at Sissonville. Tonight's game that we saw, is this the real Sissonville football?
Absolutely. We're a smash mouth team, and you can't put us away. We're going to come back at you.
Not only have you won our trophy tonight, but you've won the Lions Club trophy. I know this hasn't been in possession for quite a while, so tell me about how much that means to get that back here in Kanawha County.
You know, it means the world to us. You know, we've been sitting and looking. I think it's been 25 years since we held this trophy, and we're proud to hold it tonight. It means the world to us, and it means the world to these kids. We're going to feel good about it for 24 hours, and we're ready for Tulsa.
All right. Well, Coach Maddox, I'm going to hand this to you. Congratulations. All right, Mark, going to hand it off back to you.
All right, Bailey, great job tonight. 2 for 2 here, Todd, in the trophy department.
Thanks, guys.
Final thoughts from you, my man, on this sensational game.
It was one an outstanding, exciting football game. Both teams have nothing to be ashamed of. They both fought the whole game. You know, both of them got down, both of them came back. There's going to be both teams are going to win some more football games as this year goes on. The big thing is keeping both teams healthy. As they do that, bright future for them.
All right, 28-year-old Mikey Hughes. What a job he has done as Sissonville's head coach, getting victory number 6 tonight, none bigger than this one over the Ripley Vikings. So that's going to do it from here inside historic Joe Sawyer's Field at Sissonville High School. Your final is Sissonville 32, Ripley 27. For analyst Todd Chevalier, sideline reporter Bailey Tucker, and our great crew, our great statistician Robert Stegall. This is Mark Martin saying so long from Sissonville High School. We thank you for watching the GoMart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
He's got some room out to the 35 to the 40 and runs right into the kicker. The ball pops free. Boy, a major league collision right there, just shy of the 45-yard line.
I am no longer going to be critical of kickers.
Faking the toss, and it's a handoff to Vaughn. Scooting around the 25, Vaughn cutting infield, reversing to the far side. Jacob Vaughn across the 30, 15, 5, all the way. Wow! What design and what a run. 90 yards to pay dirt.
Davis running a slant. They're going to try to hit him, and
he caught it. He got a ball.
And that's going to be a touchdown.
You know, they just continue to execute their offense in this 4-minute situation. Ooh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's still on his feet, and he could be gone. Yeah, forget about it. Fuentes having a night in just a half.
All right, here we go. First down. Oh, how about the big run off that left side? And Havili. Oh, Moa Havili rumbling for the touchdown.
That right there was worth waiting around to see.